What phone call made me realize my ex-husband was trying to destroy our daughter? My 12-year-old daughter, Sophie, came home from her weekend with her dad acting strange. She used to bounce through the door, chattering about their adventures. Now she barely made eye contact, went straight to her room and closed the door. How was Dad's place? I'd ask during dinner. She'd just shrug and push food around her plate. Fine, I guess. This went on for 3 months. Her grades started slipping. She quit soccer, something she'd loved since age 5. When I asked teachers about it, they said she seemed distracted, often staring out the window during class. My ex David had been bitter since our divorce 2 years ago. He'd lost the house, had to move into a small apartment, and blamed me for everything. But he'd never involved Sophie in our problems before, or so I thought. Last Tuesday, Sophie forgot her phone at my house when David picked her up. Around 8 p.m., it started buzzing with text messages. I glanced at it, thinking it might be important. The messages were from David. "Remember what we talked about? Your mom doesn't need to know about our conversations. This is between us." Another one. "She left us, Sophie. She broke up our family, but you and I understand each other now." My stomach dropped. I scrolled up through weeks of messages. David had been telling Sophie that I'd never really wanted children, that I'd only had her to trap him in marriage. He'd been feeding her lies about why we divorced, making me the villain in elaborate stories about affairs that never happened and money I'd supposedly stolen. But the worst message was from 3 days ago. "Your mom will probably leave you too, once she finds someone new. That's what she does. She destroys families." The next morning, I sat Sophie down before school. "Honey, has Dad been saying things about me that upset you?" She burst into tears. "He says you hate being my mom, that you only keep me because the court makes you. Is that true?" My heart shattered. I held her while she sobbed, telling me about months of her father poisoning her mind against me during their supposed fun weekends. I called my lawyer that afternoon and filed for emergency custody modification. David had violated our agreement about not discussing adult matters with Sophie, but I needed proof beyond the text messages, which he could claim were jokes or taken out of context. So I did something I never thought I'd do. I bought a small voice recorder and taught Sophie how to use it. "If Dad says something that makes you feel bad about yourself or about me, just press this button. You're not in trouble. I just need to understand what's happening." The recording she brought back that weekend was worse than I'd imagined. David spent hours convincing Sophie that I was planning to abandon her. He told her I was dating someone new, which wasn't true. He made her promise to spy on me and report back about any men I talked to. He even coached her on how to act withdrawn around me so I'd get frustrated and, quote, "show my true colors." But here's the part that changed everything. At the end of the recording, I heard David on the phone with someone, probably his girlfriend. "The kid's completely turned against her now. Give it another few months and Sophie will be begging to come live with me full time. Then I'll really stick it to her with the child support modifications." I took the recording straight to my lawyer. Within 48 hours, David's visitation was suspended pending a psychological evaluation. During the emergency court hearing, the judge listened to that recording twice. David tried to claim it was out of context, but you can't spin hours of emotional manipulation. The court-appointed psychologist determined David was engaging in parental alienation, a form of emotional abuse. His unsupervised visits were terminated immediately. 6 months later, Sophie was back to her old self. She rejoined soccer, her grades improved, and most importantly, she stopped flinching when I hugged her. David still sends angry emails about how I've turned his daughter against him. What he doesn't understand is that I didn't have to. His own words, recorded in his own voice, did that for me.